An exclusive interview on the 700 Club. Suzanne and Benny Hinn tell us about the secret addiction that derailed their 30-year marriage.
Welcome to Global TV. Today we uncover the shocking truth behind the crumbling marriage of Benny and Suzanne Hinn. Once seen as the perfect power couple in televangelism, their sudden split left millions stunned. What went wrong? Stay tuned as we dive deep into their story. Benny Hinn, a globally recognized televangelist, and his wife Suzanne were considered the epitome of a power couple in the world of televangelism. Together, they built an empire through Benny's healing crusades and televised programs, reaching millions across the globe. Suzanne was always by his side, supporting him in his ministry and playing a crucial role in the growth of their church. To their followers, they appeared to be the perfect example of love, faith, and success. But behind the scenes, cracks had started to appear in their seemingly perfect marriage. While Benny was busy traveling and preaching, the pressures of ministry and fame were beginning to take a toll on their relationship. Benny's constant focus on his career meant less time spent with Suzanne, and over time she began to feel emotionally neglected. The bond that had once been strong was starting to weaken, and the distance between them grew. The tipping point came in the summer of 2018. Benny was in the middle of a nationwide tour, and during one of his healing crusades, something unexpected happened. It was a routine event like any other, with Benny performing his usual healing rituals and preaching to the audience. Suzanne, as always, was standing by his side, helping with the logistics. However, during one of Benny's prayers for the sick, a moment of tension filled the air. Benny was approached by Paula White, a fellow televangelist who had come up to the stage after the healing session. What happened next caught Suzanne completely off guard. Benny embraced Paula in a prolonged and intimate hug. This wasn't just a quick gesture of affection. It seemed to go beyond what was appropriate, lingering much longer than any previous hug he had shared with anyone. From the sidelines, Suzanne watched in disbelief. The embrace felt personal, almost as though there was something more happening between Benny and Paula than simply a friendly interaction. Suzanne's heart raced as she questioned what she had just witnessed. Was there something happening that shouldn't have been? Could there be more to their relationship than Benny was letting on? The feelings of jealousy and betrayal surged through her, and in that moment, everything changed. Later, Suzanne confronted Benny about what she had seen, hoping for reassurance. But Benny brushed it off, claiming that it was all part of his ministry and that there was nothing inappropriate about it. He dismissed her concerns entirely, and while he assured her that nothing was wrong, the damage had already been done. Suzanne couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The seed of doubt had been planted in her mind, and despite Benny's words, she could not ignore the growing sense of betrayal. In the days following the incident, the emotional distance between them only increased. Benny continued to focus on his ministry, spending long hours away from home. Suzanne began to feel like she was being pushed to the sidelines in her own marriage. She tried to talk to Benny about her concerns, but he remained closed off and defensive. It was as though he was no longer willing to acknowledge the problems between them. The tension reached a breaking point, and after months of emotional turmoil, Suzanne made a decision that would change everything. She filed for divorce. The news sent shockwaves through the Christian community. Benny and Suzanne Hinn had been a power couple in the world of televangelism, and their split was incomprehensible to many of their followers. The once strong marriage that had served as an example to so many was now publicly falling apart. The divorce was finalized quickly, and the media frenzy that followed was filled with rumors and speculation. What had really caused the breakdown in their marriage? Was it just one incident, or had the pressures of fame, ministry, and emotional neglect been building for years? The truth, as it turned out, was much more complicated. Their marriage was not just affected by one single event. It was the result of years of mounting pressure. The emotional distance, the long hours spent apart, and the strain of constantly maintaining a public image had all taken their toll. Benny's focus on his ministry and Suzanne's feeling of being pushed aside ultimately led to the collapse of their marriage. In the aftermath, Benny continued with his ministry, though the public perception of him had undeniably shifted. His once unshakable image was now tainted, and many of his followers were left heartbroken, struggling to reconcile their admiration for him with the reality of his failed marriage. Suzanne, on the other hand, retreated from the public eye and focused on her personal healing. The divorce had been a painful chapter for both of them, but it was also an opportunity for Suzanne to reclaim her own identity and rediscover who she was outside of the ministry and her role as Benny's wife. For many of their followers, the divorce was deeply unsettling. How could a couple who had been the embodiment of love, faith, and success fall apart so suddenly? But for others, it served as a reminder that even those who seem to have it all are not immune to personal struggles. Some continued to support both Benny and Suzanne, hoping they would both emerge from the situation stronger and healed. What do you think really happened between Benny and Suzanne Hinn? Could their marriage have been saved, or was the pressure of their public life too much to bear? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Phantom Realities for more gripping true stories. Thank you for watching, and remember, things aren't always as perfect as they seem. See you next time.